All right. I'm recording this for the second time because the first time I didn't record. So this is the process of soaking the shredded leaves in water for just a little while in order to get them soaking wet before they're loaded into the bioreactor. Because you have to do it now, because if you load the leaves into the bioreactor and then want to get them wet, it won't do the whole depth of the leaves. It might get the top wet, the top leaves wet, but down below it won't get them wet. So you have to do it before you put the leaves in the bioreactor. Then the little bit of water, the 3/4 of a gallon that you add every day after that, will be enough to keep it moist. But you just can't get it, that initial wetness that way with the 3/4 of a gallon a day. Okay, these have been in the wheelbarrow for a few minutes, so now they've drained as much as they're going to drain in any reasonable amount of time. So now, look how I do this. Okay, so now I just use my hands and I move them from the wheelbarrow, and they drain into these 5-gallon buckets. I don't pack it into the buckets, I just let it fill up however it wants to without packing it down. I think you don't want these any more packed than they are already. Because if they're too packed, then the air can't get to them in the bioreactor and they go anaerobic, which means no oxygen. And if that happens, that breeds bad bacteria, and it just destroys your compost. There are anaerobic methods of composting, which I don't know how to do, but it isn't that anaerobics doesn't work, it's just a different method that I just don't know anything about really. It's a very beautiful day, 73 degrees, April 28th. 2023. I've got a little hose rigged up with a little valve here that I can turn on. This is the hose going into the water tray. I have to add more water to it because the leaves soak it up. So now I turn it on. It's an inch or so low than I'd like it, so I'm going to let it fill up. It only takes a minute or so. That's probably enough. Turn the water off and add some more leaves to the water bath. Okay, now I get out my handy dandy homemade tamper device and push those leaves down into the water. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to let that in the wheelbarrow drain a little bit more before I put it in the bucket. So I'm going to just sit down here in the sunshine and relax for a few minutes. I have to say, this has been an exhausting day so far. I started at 8 a.m., but I didn't really get all the things going and figured out until about 9:30. Then I went pretty good until about 11:30. By then I was exhausted, so I went in the house for about an hour. That would have been made at 12:30. It's 1:05 now. So I've been out here another half hour, I guess. Yeah. I think the second half is going to go quite a bit faster, because I know what I'm doing now. It's funny how you learn the little tricks, and then once you get it figured out, then it probably goes 5 times faster than when you started. Okay, I think I'll go ahead and load this into the buckets. Carry the buckets over to the bioreactor. Okay, now I'm going to move the camera closer to the bioreactor. I think I'll just leave it recording, and then if it works, I will show you how I fill the bioreactor, which is pretty straightforward. You just dump the buckets into the bioreactor. I've got these 2x4s on 5-gallon cans to give me a up higher so I can see what I'm doing as I pour it in. Whoop, I pour it on my face. Okay, here we go. Big sticks you try and eliminate. Okay, there's one. All right. Here's another one. I guess what I should do, in fact I think I will do it, is I will take the camera loose from the tripod and bring it over here and show you what it looks like in the bioreactor right now. Okay. Yeah, it's still recording. Wow, 9 minutes already? Wow. Time does fly when you're trying to be a videographer. I guess that's the term. All right, so there you can see what the bioreactor kind of looks like as it's partially filled. These pipes, these white pipes, will only be in there for 4 or 5 days after the reactor is filled. And then you pull the pipes out, and the holes that the pipes have forced into the leaves will remain. The whole year that this thing is composting, those holes will remain so that it provides air into the center of the pile. And that's what keeps it from going anaerobic. So it's a very important part of this method that Dr. David Johnson and his wife, Johnson-Su, which I probably said wrong, but him and his wife developed this amazing method of making compost. From what I can tell from the videos, the dates of these videos, he started this about 10 to 12 years ago. So it took him a while to figure out this amazing process. Okay, I guess I'll end this video. I'm sure glad I figured out how to do this now. Okay, so see you on the next one, as the guys on YouTube say.